tonight I wanted to talk about making goal setting fun, right? So as we get closer to a new year, people start reflecting. We start thinking about our goals. We start doing some self reflection, thinking about the things we want for ourselves, what we want to leave behind. I'm seeing a lot of what are you leaving behind posts on social media. And so I thought tonight would be a great topic to make sure we are incorporating goal setting, not just for ourselves. That's important, parents, but also I want you to make sure you are teaching your kids how to set goals. And the way you're going to be able to do that is you got to make it fun. All right. You got to make goal setting fun. You got to incorporate some play. You got to incorporate some practice. You got to give them some early experiences and make some memorable impressions in their young brains as they're developing so goal setting is going to come second nature to them. And so today I just wanted to share 3 ways that we can make goal setting fun for you, but also for your kids, because I want you to involve your kids. Hi, parents. I'm Holly Reid, the creator of the masterplaybook.com, and you are in the right place if you want to raise money smart kids and give them a solid financial foundation. Make sure you hit that red subscribe button and click that notification bell. We are focused on 3 ways to make goal setting fun for the family, for you and for your kids. Are y'all with me? Family is together and y'all are going to start brainstorming things that maybe you all have done this past year. Like what have you actually done in 2022, right? What are some of the experiences you had as a family? What are some of the accomplishments or achievements? And look at what you did in 2022, but then start the discussion and start to do those same things. What are the experiences, the accomplishments, the achievements that you all want to work together towards as a family over the next year? All right. So be sure this is an easy one. This is probably like a 30-minute, 1-hour conversation as a family to make a bucket list. And then what you're going to do, you're going to write that list out, post it somewhere so everybody in the family can take a look. And as the year progresses, you're going to revisit that list, look back over it, see what you've accomplished, and celebrate the things that you're actually able to mark off and accomplish as a family. Okay. So that's one easy way that you can make goal setting fun as a family this year. All right. And then, of course, you always can, if you don't want to post it, if y'all have like a family group me, you can post it in the family group me. And I was actually on my family group me earlier today, and I saw where you can pin a post. I didn't know you could do that. So go ahead and pin the post once you guys create the list and put that in the group me so you guys can even keep it online. All right. So the second idea to make goal setting fun for your family and specifically to involve the kids, because that's what this is about. We want to establish these great habits with them early and often so that when they are on their own, it comes second nature. So the second idea is to draw a wheel of fortune, right? Everybody's familiar with the wheel of fortune, one big circle, and you want to divide it into like 5 or 6 categories. All right. And you guys can decide the categories, but some examples could be, one category could be family, friends, school, work, hobbies, health, fun, right? Those are just different categories that you can divide the wheel into. And then for each area, each category that you've decided on as a family, have your child or have every family member write out 1 or 2 goals that they want to accomplish in that specific area, right? But here's the key to this one. You got to make sure that the goals are specific to a timeline. Like you want to run a 5K in the next month, or you want to run two 5Ks over the next 3 months, or you want to run 10 5Ks over the next year. Like pick, make it a specific time frame. So it could be a month, it could be 3 months, it can be a year. And that's going to be a critical piece of this because you want to be able to revisit this throughout the year, revisit your wheel of fortune throughout the year to make sure you guys are either marking it off or pivoting if you need to pivot, right? Okay, so that's a second way. The wheel of fortune, drawing the circle, dividing it, creating those 5 or 6 categories: family, friends, school, work, hobbies, health, fun. And every family member puts in a goal, writes a goal, and then you guys tack it up somewhere where you can see it, or put it on a Google Drive, somewhere where you guys can check in on the progress. All right. So that's idea number 2. Number 3, everybody knows how to do this. Yes, Dion mentioned SMART goals. And so, depending on the age of your kids, probably around middle school or even high school for sure, they are going to start learning about SMART goals, making them specific, measurable, right? But I am not leaning towards, I love SMART goals, but I'm not leaning towards this because people get too stuck in the weeds. Oh, it's not timeline. Oh, is that reasonable? I just want y'all to do it. Get in the habit of setting goals as a family, and um really introducing your kids to this and doing it together for that accountability factor. All right. So the third idea is, of course, create a vision board, right? We've all heard about the vision board parties, and you guys can have like a vision board party at your house. And so depending on what your level of creativity is. You could go get the magazines. You could do a digital vision board where you're grabbing snapshots off of the internet and creating a vision board to reflect big audacious goals that you want to achieve, right? But you just want to make sure that the vision boards are meaningful to each person in the family. So this is not something you could do one collectively, but in this case, I would advise like every person has their own vision board, right? And so you can help your kids create this vision board, challenge them by asking them questions, get them thinking about what are some important milestones that might be happening in the new year for them, right? Are they celebrating a milestone birthday? Are they hitting a milestone grade or level of education? Are they, is this their senior year in the sport that they're playing? Like, what are some goals that they could be setting and striving for so that you can just encourage them and keep them motivated and striving towards achieving their goals throughout the year, right? So, like I said, you can use old magazines. If your family is artistic, you can draw the images and pictures yourself. You can use newspapers. You can, like I said, print out pictures from the internet. You can create a digital vision board on your phone, on your iPad, and make it like your screensaver on your device. But help your kids kind of arrange the pictures, in a way where it's clear, where it makes sense, and then everybody share out, right? Everybody, after you do it, spend some time, then everybody shares out and then talks about their vision for themselves to each family member. What better way to get to know your family when everybody is doing this collectively? Okay, so it could be really fun, and that's the goal. Like most kids, they're going to the things that they remember is because, one, they're involved, they're engaged, it's fun, it's something that you can see. And of course, I'm encouraging you guys to, of course, revisit it to make sure that you guys are kind of meeting things are coming to fruition. And then if you need to pivot, if something needs to change during the year, you can do this again. So those are my 3 ideas. So let's recap. We talked about doing a family bucket list. We talked about drawing a wheel of fortune, right, as a family. And then, of course, creating a vision board. So these are just some fun ideas to make goal setting fun this year. But it's so important that we start these habits earlier in life. Because when I think about it, like, do you even remember when you learned how to set a goal? Right? Do you even remember? I don't really remember, but I remember like the first time that I used visualization. I was probably in my late 20s, and I wanted to buy my very first car. My first car, my dad bought for me and then passed me the payments. But my car, my very first car, it was probably in my late 20s, and I had a picture of it on my desk at work. And I wanted this car, and I looked at it every day. So the visualization of it, like, it helped me to prioritize my goals and how I was spending my money during that time. I was like, okay, if you really want that car, then then instead of going on this ski trip, you need to be putting that $200 a month in your savings account so you can pay the down payment. So it really builds our kids' self-confidence. It teaches them how to prioritize. It's a great, healthy money habit because they are going to need to know how to think about their future self, right? And this is just a short-term thing, right? I'm saying set goals for the year, but really to become wealthy, to become investors, to do the things that we really want our kids to do with their money, they have to be able to think ahead, think of their future selves. And that's one of the things that's lacking with our younger generation, because they think they have forever in order to accomplish big things. But in reality, it's the small steps that they take every day, the small steps that they take every week, that's going to help them reach those big, audacious goals. So it applies to money management. It applies to career success. It applies to fitness goals, right? All the things. And so we just need to introduce them to these habits, these healthy habits early on, so that they can be successful. And so if money is going to be a part of the goal setting, a part of your wheel of fortune, a part of your vision board, then I really, really, really encourage you to check out our free Money Talks guide. If you're joining me on Instagram, you can just go to the link in my bio and download it for free. And if you are joining me on Facebook or YouTube, it should be in the show notes, but I'm going to go ahead and drop it in the comments. Let's see if I can drop it in the comments. I'm going to drop it in the comments for you as well. But these are going to be prompts to help you start having money conversations with your kids and teens. And yes, the younger generation, they look for the fast and easy, quick way to achieve something, right? They don't know anything about having patience, about waiting. And it's because we live in this microwave society, right? When we live in a society where you can literally press a button on your phone and a package arrives the very next day, it's really tough to make them understand and really live out self-discipline and having patience and waiting for things, because there are so many things going on in their lives that they can have at an instant. So it's really important that we teach them what it looks like to have to work towards something over more than 24 hours in order to actually achieve it. So thank you guys for joining me, and I will see you next time. Bye.